Hello students, this is Mukesh Kumar and today I am going to introduce you about the subject Engineering Thermodynamics. You can see in the screen, this is the syllabus of Engineering Thermodynamics which you are going to study for your third semester of BTech Mechanical Engineering. As you can see in this window, it has 3 credits and maximum marks are 150. From that, 30 marks will be from internal component and 120 marks will be from external examination. So these are the best simple things which you have to remember for your this subject. The end time exam will be of 3 hours. So for that we have to prepare well so you can get maximum marks and score very well. So we will start from the first unit. It has total 5 units. From that the first unit is basic concept and definition of thermodynamics. That means it will have some basic concepts and definitions which will used for the thermodynamics like system, surroundings, property, energy and thermodynamic equilibrium so that we can study and understand them very well. After that we will study about the zeroth and first law of thermodynamics. What is the zeroth law, what is the first law and how they will be used in our practical routine life. So that will be the action. As in the second unit, it will consist of second law of thermodynamics. As in the first unit, there was zeroth law and first law. In the second unit, it will have second law of thermodynamics, which include heat engine, heat pump, and refrigerator. Their definition, their working, and their applications in second law. Also, we will study about the Kelvin-Planck and Clausius statement. As you know, second law has the two statements, and that is first Kelvin-Planck and the second is Clausius statement. So how they are equivalent to each other, we will study in this unit. After that, we will study about the Carnot engine, Carnot efficiency, some Clausius identity, inequality, and thermodynamic temperature scales. Third unit has thermodynamic properties of fluids, in which you have to study about the pure substance, concept of phase, graphical representation of PVT data, properties of steam, steam tables, and Mueller chart. Explore of this, you will also study about the ideal and real gases, difference between the ideal gas and real gas, internal energy and enthalpy and specific heat of ideal gas, and some laws regarding pressure for gases, that is partial pressure, Dalton's law of partial pressure, Gibbs-Dalton law, thermodynamic properties of gas mixture, and all. It is this is also a very simple unit, and you will really have some interest in this unit. Number fourth is the thermodynamic relations. This unit is based on the relations between the various thermodynamic properties like pressure, temperature, and volume. Also, we have some different components in the Maxwell thermodynamic relations, which also have entropy, enthalpy, and Joule coefficient. So we have to understand them how they can be converted from one relation to another relation. So we have to consider carefully about these relations and their conversations. Also, this unit has some power cycles. They are very useful in today's lifestyle. They're like that Otto cycle, diesel cycle, dual cycle, Brayton cycle, and Ericsson cycle. Otto cycles and diesel cycles are mostly used in the automobiles. Otto cycles for petrol engine and diesel cycle for diesel engines. Dual cycle is also useful for the automobiles as well as power plants. So this is the very useful things to understand as a mechanical engineer and really will be a very interesting. Fifth unit has vapor power cycle. Most of the power plants work on the vapor power cycle so that the working fluid is used as steam. and they based on the different cycles. These are Rankine cycle, reheat cycle, regenerative cycles. We will study in this unit about these cycles and their working processes, their efficiency, their components, and their output for the process. So this is the basic simple syllabus of this engineering thermodynamics, which you are going to study for the whole semester. As I can think, it is very simple and you can achieve maximum marks for this subject in this semester. Now I would like to start the first lecture of engineering thermodynamics. So before starting the deep knowledge of engineering thermodynamics, we have to understand what is engineering thermodynamics, what are the basic definitions, what are the basic components which we are going to study in this unit or in this complete subject. So first of all, if I would like to introduce about the thermodynamics, introduction of thermodynamics. What is thermodynamics? So the definition, it can be written or it can be speak like as thermodynamics is the science of energy transfer and its effect on the physical properties of substances. And in the normal words, थर्मोडायनेमिक एक वो साइंस है जो एनर्जी ट्रांसफर और किसी भी सब्सटेंस के ऊपर उसकी फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज में चेंजेस को शो करता है, उनके बारे में स्टडी है, उसको अपन इसमें पढ़ते हैं, उनके बारे में अपन स्टडी करेंगे, समझेंगे और उनको आराम से इजीली देख लेंगे कि किस तरह से हम एनर्जी को ट्रांसफर कर सकते हैं और किस तरह से एनर्जी ट्रांसफर होती है, और अगर एनर्जी ट्रांसफर हो रही है तो दैट मीन्स उनके बीच में क्या रिलेशन है कि जिसकी वजह से एनर्जी का कन्वर्सन होता है. बेसिकली ये जो कॉमन एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं अपने रूटीन लाइफ में, वो सारे के सारे थर्मोडायनेमिक लॉज हैं उनके ऊपर डिपेंड होते हैं, क्योंकि थर्मोडायनेमिक लॉ है वो एनर्जी कन्वर्जन के ऊपर बेस्ड होते हैं. दिस लॉज गवर्न द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ एनर्जी कन्वर्जन, यानी कि एनर्जी है वो एक फॉर्म से दूसरी फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट होती है. सो ऑल द टेक्नोलॉजीज जिनके अंदर एनर्जी अपनी यूज होती है उसको एक फॉर्म से दूसरे फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट किया जाता है, जैसे स्टीम और न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट है, इंटरनल कंबशन इंजन है, गैस टरबाइन है, एयर कंडीशनिंग है, इन सभी में अपने एक फॉर्म एनर्जी की दूसरी फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट होती है. जैसे आईसी इंजन की अगर अपन बात करते हैं, इंटरनल कंबशन इंजन, उनमें फ्यूल एनर्जी है, फ्यूल एनर्जी को मैकेनिकल एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट किया जाता है थ्रू द इंटरनल कंबशन इंजन. So that means that was a form of energy, fuel energy, that liquid form, and that after combustion, that convert the heat energy into the work dynamics. That means the movement of the vehicle. So there are the various conversion of energies from one form to another form. If we will give some energy, we will get some work. So that is the basic component concept of engineering thermodynamics. Now we will study about the thermodynamic system. What is the system and what is the surroundings? So this is the basic and simple thing. If we are going to study about some substances, then we will have some matter or some region. So अगर किसी भी चीज के बारे में अगर अपन स्टडी करने जा रहे हैं तो वो एक एनवायरमेंट या एक एरिया अपन ऐसा डिसाइड करते हैं जिसके बारे में अपने को स्टडी करनी है. तो वो जो एरिया कहलाता है वो कहलाता है सिस्टम, जिसके बारे में अपन कंप्लीट स्टडी करने वाले हैं. तो यहाँ इस डायग्राम में फिगर 1.1 में आप देख सकते हैं कि जो ग्रे कलर में दिखाई दे रहा है वो एक सिस्टम है, उसके अंदर जो भी सब्सटेंस है उसके बारे में अपने को स्टडी करनी है. अब आता है सिस्टम के बाद आपकी सराउंडिंग क्या है. तो जो भी अपना सिस्टम है, स्टडी का कंपोनेंट है, उसके बाहर का कंप्लीट एरिया, उसके बाहर का सारा एरिया उसकी सराउंडिंग्स कहलाता है. फिर तीसरी टर्म आती है अपनी यहाँ पे बाउंड्री. बाउंड्री वो चीज होती है जो कि सिस्टम को सराउंडिंग से सेपरेट करती है. बाउंड्री हर जगह देखी जाती है. अपना घर होता है तो घर के बाहर भी अपनी बाउंड्री रहती है कि जहाँ पे अपने को बाहर की दुनिया से और अपने घर की दुनिया को अपन सेपरेट करते हैं, तो वो अपनी बाउंड्री होती है. तो एज इट इज अपने जहाँ पे अपने कंपोनेंट है स्टडी का, उस कंपोनेंट को, स्टडी के कंपोनेंट को बाहर के कंपोनेंट से जिनके बारे में अपने को स्टडी नहीं करनी है, उस कंपोनेंट से डिफरेंट करने वाली चीज है वो उस सिस्टम की बाउंड्री कहलाती है. इसके बाद जब अपन देखते हैं तो एक फिगर 1.2 है. उसमें आप देख सकते हैं एक क्लोज सिस्टम है। क्लोज सिस्टम क्या होता है? जब हम सिस्टम के बारे में पढ़ते हैं तो हमें पता होना चाहिए कि सिस्टम कितने टाइप के होते हैं। तो सिस्टम अपने 3 टाइप के होते हैं टोटल: क्लोज सिस्टम, ओपन सिस्टम एंड आइसोलेटेड सिस्टम। क्लोज सिस्टम वो सिस्टम होता है जिसके अंदर कोई भी मास ट्रांसफर नहीं होता। एनर्जी उसमें ट्रांसफर हो सकती है, एनर्जी उसमें आ भी सकती है और एनर्जी उससे जा भी सकती है। तो ऐसा सिस्टम जिसके अंदर एनर्जी ट्रांसफर होता है बट मास ट्रांसफर नहीं होता है, देयर इज नो मास ट्रांसफर अक्रॉस द सिस्टम बाउंड्री, तो दैट इज क्लोज सिस्टम। एंड व्हाट इज द ओपन सिस्टम? In the open system, energy or mass both can transfer in or out. So there may be some changes between the mass or between energy. So that is the open system. And third one is isolated system. तो आइसोलेटेड सिस्टम वो सिस्टम है जिसके अंदर ना तो एनर्जी आ सकती है और ना ही मास ट्रांसफर हो सकता है। दैट मीन्स कंप्लीटली आइसोलेटेड, ना उससे कोई अंदर आएगा और ना ही कोई बाहर जाएगा, तो वो वाला सिस्टम आपका कहलाता है आइसोलेटेड सिस्टम। As you can see in the figure 1.3, that is open system, in which matter cross the boundary of the system. There may be energy transfer also, and the most of the engineering devices are generally open system. So you can see in the figure 1.3, that is an open system. In this system, energy entering and energy is leaving. Also, mass can enter and mass can leave the system. So this is a completely open system. So every process in the mechanical engineering is based on open system of controlled volume. And controlled volume is that the volume will be constant. If some of the mass will enter, some of the mass will leave the system. So that is known as the controlled volume. And the last one is the isolated system, figure 1.4. This system is isolated. That means system and surrounding doesn't have any relation. No mass or no energy transfer will take place in this process. As I told you earlier, in the figure 1.5, you can see a controlled volume and controlled surface arrangement, in which you can see a air compressor. In this air compressor, air enters from the some part, that means the inlet valve, air will enter, and through the motor air will compress. That means we will do some work. That means we are showing work to be done on this system. If work will done, heat will release, and if air will out, then the volume will be controlled. As much as air will enter, as much as air will out from the exit, then the complete system will be a controlled volume system. And the surface is controlled surface because the surface will not change its shape and size. So this is the process which is known as controlled volume and controlled surface system. As you can see, a control system is a system close to matter flow, though its volume can change against a flexible boundary when there is a matter flow. When the system is considered to be a volume of fixed identity, the controlled volume. There is thus no difference between an open system and a control volume. Now I can think this is enough for the day, and in the next lecture we will study about thermodynamic properties, substances and various processes. Thank you. Thank you for the day.